This
perform the
conference
upset
will now
action.
be recorded.
through the external ID.
Very good. External
ID.
ID. With the external ID, we can do the upset action, right? Upset action we can do with the help of external ID. So, and what else we discussed?
To cache.
Add to cache ship, right? What is the functionality of add to cache ship?
Like we need to
It is a
add
temporary
the
memory in Boomi,
temporary
right? It is a
temporary.
temporary memory, right?
Is used to add
Temporary memory,
documents.
right? In Boomi. So, which is used to combine different set of data, and we can retrieve those data and later we can use, right? So, okay, yesterday we, let me open Boomi. Yesterday, configure the cache ship. Can we store data into cache ship without index?
No, no,
Yes. No,
Oh,
right?
no.
We cannot
Yes,
store any kind of data. Yes, we cannot store any kind of data without index, right? What do you mean by
yes.
index? What do you mean by
It's a
index?
it's a
It
unique.
is a
reference.
unique identity.
It is a unique identifier, right? It is a
Hmm.
unique identifier or a key element. Depending on that, we can store the data or we can retrieve the data, right? So the data can be stored two ways. One is with the help of profile and without profile, right? And what is this enforce one index entry per document? What does it mean? Which means, see,
Uh,
the index repeating elements, if you are there is a repeating elements are there, for example id is a repeating element, okay? In that repeating element, if some duplicates are occurring, let's say 1001 is no id, that id is duplicating multiple times, then this unique, if you are checking this unique one index per entry, then the duplicate can be removed, okay? So this is how we can, right? Then before that, let me add a stop shape. So how we can retrieve the data? How we can retrieve the data? Yeah.
um,
So there are two ways, right? In the map shape, we can combine the data, right? In the map shape, we can combine the data and we can send it into the target system, right? We can in the map shape we can send the data, right? We can, here you can see here we have a map shape. This id can be passed to this, and that input can be passed, right? Okay, so now we are getting the here two ways, okay? I will show you. So one is, here in the source profile we can combine multiple set of data. So see, this is a first data which is in the form of database, and this is in the form of xml, right? We can combine different set of data, right? Yes or no? The map shape is allowing to add a different set of data, right? So one is the database format, another is xml format, right? And even we have a function, which function is used to do retrieve the data which is stored in the add to cache shape function. We
Lookup
have a
Look up,
lookups, right?
look up, look
We
up.
lookup
have a lookup.
lookup
So
function.
lookup, you see here, document cache lookup. Click on document cache lookup. So here it is asking to click on that document cache component, and here you can choose the id as a index. Then what is your input, what which field you want as a sorry, output, right? You can select that.
Salary.
Salary, right? Yes, that's, so this is how we can take that, right? Let me take a in document cache, then id is my, let me, salary id, and output is my salary, right? So, so, so now what I will do, employee ID is my input and salary is my output. Okay, now save and close, save and test. Now you can see here everything is working fine, right? Come to the map shape, and now you can see the logs. So document cache lookup working as, see, employee ID, right? Employee ID is null, that's fine. Employee ID we are getting a null value. Okay, that's why it is salary also we are getting a null. Okay, we'll see why it is getting a null. Okay, let me check the employee ID 001. Employee ID is coming 1001. Right. Okay. Okay. Got it.
Pawan, I think recording is not started.
Sorry.
Recording is not started, I think.
Yeah. No. Already started.
Okay.
It started. Recording is started. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So now, why the employee ID is not coming? We'll see and we'll check here. Okay. The employee ID. So sorry. The employee ID is not coming. The field. The employee ID. This is the employee ID. We need to give as a M. Right. This is the employee ID. Now save and close. Test. Okay. Index ID is a missing source link. Key element employee ID. Okay. It is saying something. Check. Let me delete. Okay. Map is pause null in null point exception. Okay. Shit. Null point exception. Let me check. Shit. Why that map is not done? Just give me a second. Let me check what exact error we are getting. Okay, that's fine. Here, whatever the key element we are storing, that is not able to retrieve that ID. Okay, okay, that's fine. Now, DDP employee ID. Tell me one thing, guys. Tell me one thing here. Okay, the branch one we are storing the data by using dynamic document property. Is it possible to retrieve in a second branch that dynamic document property?
No, we can. Yeah, we cannot
Retrieve the
retrieve. Yeah, we
property.
cannot retrieve. Process
It's not
property we can
possible.
retrieve.
Yeah, that is why we are when see here see that value are getting null value. Okay, so now I want to store the dynamic document property again here. I'll tell you again here. See how we can store, how we can retrieve the dynamic document property.
Pawan, your voice is.
Your voice is repeating.
Hello.
Yes, Pawan.
Now, now it is fine.
Now bit okay. Yeah, now bit
Yeah.
fine.
Okay, now it is fine. So let me create another add to cache issue. Okay. So for store ddp. Now focus here. So now focus here in which profile we are storing XML, right? And here we can enforce unique add index key. So I want to store emp id, right? Employee id I want to store. Now see here, add document property. Okay, ddp underscore emp id, right? I'm storing this employee id. Come to dynamic document property. So ddp underscore,
So
right, emp id. I'm
ID.
storing the this property. Now say okay. Now save and close. Say okay. Now, so now I want to store these two, which I want to store two, which shape I need to use now. Can I use branch?
Branch branches.
Very good. So can I use branch? Let me store both. Okay, branch one and branch two. Okay, now come to here, right? Now edit this one. So I can use lookup, document cache lookup. Yes. So here I can use new employee ID. What is my output? Employee ID, right? Now say okay. So this employee ID should go to this employee ID. Yes or no?
Mm.
Yeah. Should I retrieve like this?
Yes.
Yes or no?
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah. Now let me save and run it. It will work or it will throw an error.
I think it will work.
Okay,
Maybe.
we'll see. Oh, here the index key DDP employee ID.
Still we
It is
selected
saying add to
a
cache
employee for
index
that
key.
uh,
Sorry.
document property only we can't.
Let me check. For indexing document could not determine value key index. We need to determine
You
that
saved
value,
it in
right?
capital letter, Pawan.
Now we can process. That property type dynamic document, or can we pass that dynamic process
No,
property?
dynamic document property only. We
Okay.
cannot have option called dynamic process property. You can see here we have only
Okay. Okay.
document property.
Okay.
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 DDP employee ID. Save and close. Shit. Close it. Let me open that. So now you can see here. Now if you can able to retrieve the document. Now you can see document property, get document property, again null. That's fine. Why we are getting null output? We need to check. Okay, maybe we are missing something. That's fine. Okay, let me check the output. Okay, revenue value is not populating. That's fine. So but you got an idea, right, how to use a document cache shape and how we can retrieve.
அவங்க
So
அடிச்சிருவோம்னு சொல்றாங்க. அடிக்க கூடாது
Yes,
புத்திமாவ.
Pawan.
அப்பா லேப்டாப்ல கை வைக்க கூடாது.
yeah, okay. So now one more shape is there. See, so in map shape we can retrieve one more shape is there to retrieve the add to cache shape, that is retrieve from cache. Now you can see retrieve from cache whatever the data. For example, whatever the data we stored in the document cache here, if you want to retrieve the data and same profile you want to process it again, so then if you we have another shape called retrieve from cache. Retrieve from cache is also a document. Okay, document cache component it internally refers, and we can retrieve the data which is stored in the document cache. Okay, let me take a one more branch. So now whatever the data I have stored in the document cache, now if I want to retrieve that profile here and I want to process it further, then I can use a retrieve from cache, and I can see here it is referring asking you to document cache. So you can add the document cache component. And how, like here we can retrieve two ways. Okay, we can retrieve the data in two ways. One is in the profile. Okay, see, or whatever the documents we stored in a document cache, we can retrieve all the documents or else any specific ID. For example, I want to retrieve employee static. Let's say I want to retrieve 1001 ID. Okay, 1001 ID, employee ID is equals to 1001. I want to retrieve only one document, then I can use. Or else if you want to retrieve all the documents, you can retrieve. Okay, let me add a 1001. Okay, let me add a stop shape over here. Now save, run the process. Okay, now come here, check the shape source data. It's an empty document. After the document retrieve from cache, now you can check the data. The only document which have 100 id, it will going to be retrieved. You can see here only 1001. So this is how we can retrieve the data. Simple. Okay, whatever the data we are storing in the add to cache shape, we can retrieve the data by using retrieve from cache shape also. So let me add all the documents. Okay, so click on say okay, test it. Now we are retrieving all the documents which are stored in the add to cache shape here. Okay, see, come to the after the add to retrieve from cache shape. Now you can see all the documents are retrieving. Japanese Ram
Yes.
in class and Malita class. Okay, 5 minutes class loan and okay. So now this is you can see all the documents can be retrieved, right? So this is how we can retrieve the documents. Now let's say I want to retrieve this data, whatever the data we are storing in this id. If we want to retrieve these document properties, dynamic document properties, let me retrieve those dynamic document properties. Okay, so now I will add one more branch over here so that you can understand. It is very important scenarios. Okay, let me take a set property shape. Okay, now I want to retrieve the dynamic ddp underscore, just I will add id, that's it. Okay, which are coming from lookup. I can use a cross reference lookup, cache document cache lookup. You can see here we have a document cache lookup. Yes, now you can document cache lookup, you can employee id, you can choose the field and key element. What is our key element here?
ID.
Again,
Dog.
profile element. In the
Doc,
profile element, which one we are storing?
XML.
XML.
Very good,
Employee ID.
right? Okay, it is very important. Okay, unexpected eof, okay, that's fine. Yeah, document may not be well formed. Okay, so the data which is not coming, which is in a not well formed. Why we are not getting well formed document here? What is the input to this, which is a empty document, but we are
ID.
storing in a, we are getting which is from the document cache. That's why we are getting an error. That's fine. Okay, so basically we can retrieve the dynamic document properties also in other branches or in other process, also in sub process also, when we stored in the dynamic those properties in the add to cache shape. Clear? Okay, now add remove from cache. Okay, remove from cache. So this is a shape. Okay, whatever the documents which you want, no, which you stored in the document cache, if you want to remove those documents, we can use remove from cache shape and we can remove the documents. For example, I want to remove some document id. Let's say I want to remove 1001. Okay, before the cache shape. Okay, I want to remove 100. Later I want to retrieve the 100 remaining. Okay, So here I'm retrieving all the documents, right? So before retrieving all the documents, I'm removing one document here. Okay, now you can see. Okay, so now come here. Now check. Here you can see the shape source data. It is an empty, okay, because we are getting the shape source data, means the data which is coming it's previous stock, right? So you can check the logs. Okay, executing the cache, remove, getting parameter 1 and parameter value is 1001. And right after that, if you click on the retrieve from cache shape, okay, after retrieve from cache shape, now you can see only we can see 5 documents. We cannot see 1001 because it is removed from the cache shape.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
see. So, but here you can see, but it is not removed from here. Okay, you can see here all the documents are there. Okay, all the documents are there. 100. Okay, now you can see here. Okay, whatever the documents we are storing, okay, in the cache shape, those are we are retrieving and removing. By using remove from cache, we are removing the documents, and retrieve from cache, we are retrieving those documents. Yes, clear till here? Anyone have any questions or any doubts? So these three shapes are very important. Okay, this add to cache shape is very important. Whenever you are working in a real time, it will plays a crucial role. Okay, so by using add to cache shape also, we can remove the duplicates. For example, if we are getting, okay, 10 documents, in the 10 documents some 3 documents are duplicated. So if you want to remove those duplicated documents, we can use the add to cache shape also. Okay, clear till here? Anyone have any questions or any doubts? Yes. So map is completed, set property message notify, and program command shape we need to discuss process route 2, 3, 3 here, and 4, 5. Have we discussed about return document shape?
No,
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 Pawan.
no.
2, 3, 4, 4, 5, and 6, 7. Okay, so I need so today's 4. Okay, most probably we are going to complete our no all the shapes uh, by next Wednesday. Okay, next Wednesday, and after 3 days or 4 days, I will discuss some extra, some extra topics which are important in perspective of real time, like tracking, how we can install the jar files, how we can upload the custom libraries, how we can do the tracking fields. Okay, some more how we can use the queuing system. Okay, like asynchronous process, how we can implement asynchronous process. All these things we will discuss other 4 days. Okay, so tomorrow onwards, guys, like the session should be, you can connect at 8:30. Is it fine? Is it
Yeah,
fine
okay,
for you
Pawan.
guys?
Okay.
Yes,
Tomorrow
no
onwards,
problem.
we can connect at 8:30. Yeah.
Okay.
Sir, it will be difficult for me.
Okay, Pavan, can you make because only 10 days there? I want to stretch some extra time because